Hello again, algebra students. Today we're going to put together all of the stuff that we know about writing equations of lines, from graphs, from a point and a slope, from a point and a y, or from a y-intercept and a slope, 2 points, all the different stuff that we've practiced so far. This is also going to look very much like the worksheet that you're going to be doing today. So I've taken examples just like what you're going to see on the worksheet. When I'm given a graph, I would start immediately with slope-intercept form. I can see my y-intercept, the line is crossing right there at 5, so the b is going to be 5. This is a negative slope, so I just have to find some places where my line crosses right at grid marks, like that. So this slope is going downhill. It's moving down 3 and over 2. And that's going to be negative. And I can do that again, down 3 and over 2, negative 3 over 2. So my equation would just be y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 5. Honestly, you don't even really need to write down what b equals and what m equals if you're just doing this yourself. It just helps as we're doing a discussion if I write those down. So a couple more graphs. These two both have positive slopes, but let's figure out our information. So first thing I always find is the y-intercept. This time it's at -1. Don't forget about the negative. This is a positive slope, but I have to find some places with some nice points. There. So my slope for this is going to be moving up 1 and then over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think my slope is going to be a 1/4 slope. Let's try it again. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that works. So my equation is y equals 1/4 x minus 1, or plus a -1 would be fine. In the second problem on this slide, my y-intercept is -3. My slope, the first nice place that I get to a point going to the right is up there, and over here is way over here. So this slope is a little bit more tricky to count. It is a positive slope at least. This is up 1, 2, and then sideways 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 over 5. And let's try that again. Up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sideways. So my equation here is just going to be y equals 2/5, don't forget the x, and then minus 3. If I give you a slope and a y-intercept, again, these are still just asking for slope-intercept form. Don't overthink this. I'm giving you the m, and I'm giving you the b. Your equation is just going to be y equals 7 over 2x plus 3. Just don't forget the x. That's the real trick on this one. For the second problem, y equals 1/4 x minus 5, or plus a -5. Now I want point slope form. Okay? And I'm giving you a point and a slope. Like, there's no trick here. This is point slope form again. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So I would have y minus my y number. Remember, here's my x, here's my y. These are really my x sub 1 and y sub 1. Y minus 3 equals 2/3, and then times x minus my x number. I'll just do a keep, change, and that's done. For the next one, y minus my y number equals m times x minus the x number. Keep, change. Done. These problems, I'm not giving you the slope. You're going to have to find the slope. So when I have the 2 points, you know that we can use our slope formula. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So my slope, I'm subtracting the y's on the top, subtracting the x's on the bottom, right? We can start with this ordered pair because, again, I think that's how most students like to do that. So I would have -4 minus -3. Those are my y's that connected on the top. And then my x's are on the bottom. 0 minus -1. So we'll do a keep, change. And I get that my slope is -4 plus 3 is -1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So my slope is just -1. Now, I don't care which ordered pair you pick. If we kind of stick with what we had done in the past, we would just be picking the first ordered pair. But you can pick either one of them. It really doesn't matter. So I would have y minus my y number equals m times x minus my x number. And then I would just do a keep, change. If you happen to choose the other ordered pair, you would have y minus the y number equals m times x minus the x number. Now in this case, when I have a 0 in the parentheses, x minus 0 is just 0. So really, I don't even need to keep that x minus 0 in parentheses. I could just say, we'll do a keep, change here, y plus 4 equals -1 times x. And that one would be fine that way as well. But again, you don't need both. Pick one of those two. Now, finding the slope here, I would do 4 minus 1, and then 0 minus 2. So I get 3 over -2. Usually we kind of pull that negative out in front. And now, picking one of the two ordered pairs, again, I think we tend to choose this first one. I would do y minus my y number equals m times x minus the x number. And for the last problems, I just need to add one more step to what we were doing. We already know how to find the slope, and then we can get point slope. And then when we're all done, we want to change it back into slope-intercept form. So starting with slope. This time I'm going to start with this ordered pair. So 0 minus -3 over 5 minus 2. That gives me a slope of 3 over 3, which is really 1. Then I'm going to pick one of the two ordered pairs. And again, we're used to picking this first one. And actually, zeros are kind of nice. So I'm going to have y minus my y number equals m times x minus my x number. In this case, the y minus 0, I don't even need to do anything to get rid of that. That's really just y. And then distributing a 1, well, that doesn't change anything. I would have 1x minus 5, and that's in slope-intercept form now. For the last problem, slope first. So let's do 3 minus 2 over 0 minus 3. So I'm going to get 1 over -3, or -1/3. And again, I know that some of you look at that and worry a little bit, but it's not so bad. I'm going to say we can pick either ordered pair that we want to, and we've already figured out now when I have some zeros, that actually makes it kind of easier. It takes care of some of the work for me. So I would do y minus the y number equals m times x minus the x number. Well, now the fact that the zeros with the x minus 0 is just x, what I have right now really is y minus 3 equals -1/3 x. And the last step is I just have to get rid of this 3. So I get that y equals -1/3 x plus 3. Now, those problems were actually right from your worksheet today. I did all the odd problems. Your homework is to do the even problems on the worksheet today. As always, the answer key is in Schoology. There's going to be a formative in Schoology when you're done with your work and checking your work. And then something that you need to remember is that there is a quiz tomorrow. All of this stuff that we just reviewed, the reason we just reviewed it is because that's what's on the quiz. So if you have any questions, please let me know.